This is the Misfit Vegan Podcast, episode 406. I always say, right, you cannot have excuses and results. You can have one or the other, but you can't have both. And the reason I say this so much is because I hear a lot of excuses, and I also hear a lot of people telling me that they want to change. They want to go raw. They want to lose weight. They want to heal. They want to have health freedom. But they also have all these excuses. And I was on Fruity Fridays the other day, and somebody commented that, they don't have as much money as I do. I have no idea how she knows what's in my bank account personally. Maybe she has tapped my phone. I don't know. But apparently she knows how much Misfit Vegan makes and how much money I have. And she said, she would be raw if she had the money that I had. And it's true that I am blessed and I have more money than most people in the world, right? Third world countries, underdeveloped countries. We are all, millionaires compared to people in third world countries. I'm guessing you're not listening to me from a third world country, but if you are, let me know. Give me a shout out so I can feel like somebody. But you probably aren't, because you probably don't have a way to listen to this, right? So if you're listening to this and you have a phone, then you are richer than most of the world. If you have running water in your house, if you go to the bathroom in your house and you have an iPhone and you have time and the luxury to be listening to a podcast, then you have more money than most people. But we digress. So this woman was like, yeah, I can't be raw because, and a guy said it too, I can't be raw because I can't spend this amount of money that you spend on food, on fruit and vegetables. And I was thinking about it just now while I'm folding my laundry. I'm thinking about how, it's great and all to see the blessings that somebody else has, but the worst thing you could do in your life is think that you are a victim. The worst thing in the world, because you are cutting off, it's like you're cutting off the universe from ever giving you things and like opening doors of opportunity for you. So even if you don't have a dollar to your name, if you find something to be grateful for, and if you find a way to do something that you want to do, then the universe will help you do it. You don't need to know the how. You need to be willing to be resourceful. Okay? So like when I first started my YouTube channel in 2017, I had money because I had just been fired from my job and they gave me a great severance, but I didn't have another job lined up, and I was really scared to spend that savings. So I did everything I could that year to save money and to try and work for myself. Okay, so I spent the entire year of 2017 trying to work for myself. So I started my YouTube, and I'll never forget getting to 50 subscribers. And I have a video on YouTube. It's like a few months after I started, I had 50 subscribers. And I was like, thank you so much. If you're a subscriber of mine, I have 50 now. And I was so grateful because imagine 50 people in a room listening to you speak, just imagine that. So if you have 50 people on your YouTube or on your podcast or on your Instagram, just imagine 50 people in a room. That's a lot of people. So anyway, I started my YouTube and I was doing it, and I had to learn because I had a phone, but I didn't know that you could just record and you don't really need to edit and you don't need to do the thumbnail and you don't need to, if you don't want to, you don't need to. Okay. So I just learned how to do everything myself because I didn't want to spend the money on editors and graphic designers and marketing and managers and all these things, right? So what I did was I learned how to do everything myself. So I went on to Google and YouTube and I typed in how to edit a video, and I watched videos on how to edit videos. And then I YouTubed and Googled how to create a thumbnail. And I learned how to create thumbnails. And I used to spend a lot of time doing that. And now I don't. Now I prefer personally to spend my time helping people and doing coaching, group coaching with people, and doing different things to try and help people, being on the phone with people and that kind of stuff, working out with people. But back in the day, I used to do a lot of thumbnails, editing. I used to edit my videos like to a T. If you go to Ms.FitVegan and you go to the beginning videos in 2017, every video was edited pretty much. And you'll see all the thumbnails and stuff. Like I spent a lot of effort and time, but I didn't spend any money. Okay. Because I didn't have it. I had savings, but I was so scared. I had just enough for the year to pay rent, and to buy food for me and my family and pay all the bills. So I was like, I cannot spend any money. And so I did that for like a year, and surprise, surprise, I did not make it big. The year came and went, and I was really grateful because I actually got to 1,000 subscribers in a year. But like, you don't get paid on YouTube based on subscribers. You get paid based on views. And so, once you get to 1,000 subscribers, then you can monetize. And I got it within a year. Like I got it, and I was so excited. And I'm pretty sure I made less than $1 the first month that I was monetized. So just a heads up on that. Okay. You're not going to be a millionaire or billionaire from YouTube in the first year unless you get extremely lucky. And I'm sure that happens. I'm sure it has happened to many, many people. But again, I wasn't investing any money, and I've never invested any money in social media or marketing, I've done everything myself since day one. Not the smartest thing ever. But anyway, we'll move on. So the point of me telling you this is because I sacrificed my time. I sacrificed in order to have the money to stay raw and eat whatever I want and buy exotic tropical fruit if I wanted to, and eat a diet of, 100% organic at the time, or like super high, 99% organic at the time. I sacrificed. I didn't buy clothing. I didn't go on vacation. I didn't have a car. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't go out to eat. I didn't buy clothing and shoes and everything. I sacrificed. And that is how I'm here today. And what the point of this podcast is that you need to do things today for the future you. Okay, every time I work out, I'm not working out for today. Like, I'd rather not work out. But like, every time I work out, I think, okay, this is getting me one day closer to the body I want. Every day, every single meal that you choose to eat healthy, you are choosing to get one day closer to the health and the body that you want. You're always taking actions now for the future, because the future is a place you're creating. So like, if you have not realized that lesson, well, here it is. Because I didn't know about that lesson until Darren Hardy put me on. In 2017, I read The Compound Effect, and that inspired everything. And then I signed up for his course, which cost me a lot of money, but I had to invest, okay? So yeah, that is the one thing I invested in. And so I invested in that course, which was a lot of money, and it was called Insane Productivity. But I needed to learn how to set goals and achieve them. Okay, I needed to know how to be disciplined. And I never knew about goals setting before that, ever. Before 2017. I never set goals. I didn't know about them. I didn't think, like, I had a job, and I had bills, and I had family, but I didn't have goals of my own. So anyway, I tell you this because it really makes me sick to my stomach. And I'm raw vegan, so I don't get sick. But it really makes me think about being sick to my stomach when somebody gives me a fucking excuse. It's like, that's a surefire way to never get anywhere in life. Like, if you play the victim role, life will give you things to be victimized about. Okay? Like, life will give you the universe will give you the life of a victim if you play that role, if you play that card. Just like if you play the card of a confident person, then people will think that you're a confident person. If you play the role of a raw vegan and you eat raw vegan food, then people will treat you as a raw vegan, and you'll have the side effects of a raw vegan. You see, like, you are not set in stone. You are the sum of all your actions, and you create your reality by choosing your actions. You get to choose your actions. And you get to choose whether you are a creator or a consumer, whether you're a victim or a victor. And so I just wanted to note that I have a lot of things, as you do too, that I could lament about, and I could say that are the reasons why I am not where I should be in life. I have, we can all sit here and give a million excuses for why we aren't where we say we want to be. But to even formulate those words out of your mouth is such a waste of time. It is such a complete waste of time, because even though you say you don't have the finances that I have, well, do you have a car? Because I don't have a car, my boo. Do you have two parents that loved you that is worth way more than any fruit or money on the earth? Do you have two parents? Did you receive love? I'm not going to go through the list of all the things, right? But do you have abundance of anything in your life? If you don't have abundance of money, do you have abundance of anything else? Do you have an abundance of time? Because if you do, then guess what? You can get to work. You can start writing your book, which again, in 2017, I wanted to write an ebook because, of course, I thought I was super pumped, right? I had taken this course from Darren Hardy. As soon as I got fired, I discovered it because the universe was on my side. And I took this course and I read his book, The Compound Effect. And basically, I was super pumped. So I started YouTube and I was like, yes, I'm going to be an influencer. I'm going to work for myself. Fuck it. I'm going to do, I can do what Freely does. I can do what Philly Raw Christina does. I want to inspire people to eat raw. And Ravana at the time, she was doing her thing before she became Fish Vanna. Okay. Shout out to Fish Vanna. So anyway, I was like, how do I write a book? How do you write an ebook? Wouldn't that be amazing to have my own ebook? So I Googled, or I went on YouTube, owned by Google. So I went on YouTube, because YouTube's my best friend. And I was like, how to write an ebook. And then the first video I found was on how to write and design an ebook on Canva. So I watched 5 minutes of the video and I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to Canva. And that day I started. And it took me 4 years. It took me 4 years to finish that book that I started that day, by the way. And now it's a course that I don't even promote, because it's a long story. Long story short is you've never bought that course and you never will. So you could say I wasted 4 years writing this book that turned into a course that I don't promote because of, I don't have the website exactly professional, and I'm not sure if it's going to download correctly, and all these technical issues because I do everything myself and I'm not a technical person. But yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? But guess what? Working on that book for 4 years taught me so much about myself and led to me writing the next book, which took me only a few months to write, and that is at 100freerecipes.com. So www.100freerecipes.com. You can put in your email, there's no strings attached, and you can get my second book that took me only 2 or 3 months to write. And what happened with that is that in 2020, I think it was 2021. So 17, 18, 19, 20. It was the end of 2020, the beginning of 2021, where I published that book, that ebook, and I was going to sell it. But then I took a course by this guy called Russell Brunson, and I signed up for ClickFunnels because my friend Kuba recommended it. And I was like, okay, let's go. So I took the course, and he told me to create something for free and give it away. I was making this book, and it was going to be my one ticket to making money on my own. And then I take this course, and he tells me to create a product that is so valuable that people would pay for it, but you're giving it away for free. And I was like, all right, I'll give this book away. And I had to take a big chance on myself because I finally had a product, but then I took a course and he told me to give it away for free. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? So I did it. And that free book was the beginning of me making money on the internet. And yes, I was making money on YouTube since 2017, but like literally, guys, like $10 a month, $20 a month, okay? It's been a very long journey for me since 2017, ups and downs. And one day, I think I did a whole podcast on it, actually. Yeah. So one day you gotta start listening to all my podcasts. That's what's going to happen one day. You're going to listen to all my podcasts and you're going to learn everything. But so basically, yeah, I had to get a job, okay, at a juice bar. And I started Misfit Mondays, which at the time was called the Raw Vegan Support Group. Okay, this is 2 years ago. And I had to do other things for money. I was babysitting for a bit. What else did I do? Babysitting. Oh, and of course I had Fruit is Life. I started my fruit company because I was going to bank on this book to make me all this money, but then I had to give it away for free because I wanted to take that advice. It made sense. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay. So basically what you need to do is find somebody who's doing what you want to do and just emulate them. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Okay. That's why I'm doing group coaching now, because I realize that a lot of people don't know how to go raw. They need the help because nobody teaches this, the step-by-step guide on how to go raw, because most of it is mental. And so, yeah, I can tell you to eat fruit and be cute, but there's a lot more that goes into it, I realized. Because for me, it's so simple. Just eat fruit, be cute. Okay, throw in some greens every day. You good, boo. But it's like, no. People need to know about protein. People need to know where they're going to get their iron. People need to know about B12 and vitamin D. People need to know what to do when they're at dinner out with family and they're starving. And, people need to know like all these other things, how to travel as a raw vegan. People need to know how to start talking to themselves differently. People need to know how to stop self-sabotaging themselves and know how to stay consistent with working out and how to, all the things that go into being healthy and being a raw vegan. Because I'm telling you right now, you're not going to be raw vegan and your whole life is going to stay the same. A lot of things in your life are going to be different, including the way you talk to yourself is going to be different too. You're going to form a new relationship with yourself, a different one. You're still going to be you, but you're going to treat yourself a lot nicer, because you're going to start to realize that, yeah, I am worthy and deserving of spending a little bit more on food, on my health, than maybe I spend on going out and getting drunk, or maybe that I spend on clothing or bags or makeup. You know how much money women spend on perfume and makeup and body care? I don't buy any of that. So of course I have more money for fruit and vegetables. I don't buy any makeup. I don't buy any lotion or potion. I don't get any type of facials. I don't spend money on masks or acne treatments, or there's so many things that I don't spend money on. But yet the people that are telling me they can't go raw, they probably do. They most likely do spend money on going out to eat and bags and shoes and other things. So it's all relative to your goal. Don't give me an excuse. Find a way. Become resourceful and find a way. And if you have the money, then please don't do what I did. Okay? If you have the money to start your online business or any type of business, you need an online presence no matter what your business is. But if you have money to start a business, please pay people, which I'm sure you will, just out of common sense. But please pay people to do the things that you don't love doing and that you're not good at. Okay? If you have the money, pay someone to do your website. Don't do what I did. I really fucked up learning how to code and learning how to do websites. Don't do what I did. Number 2, pay somebody to be a graphic designer for you. Don't figure it out on your own like I did and take so long and 4 years to create a book that is not even available for sale. Okay? And just having to learn from scratch how to design a book in graphic design. Okay. Number 3, pay somebody to edit your videos. Don't do what I did and learning how to edit videos and taking so long to do that. Okay. Hours and hours and hours learning, testing, working on iMovie, figuring it out. Okay. It's a great skill. All these things I have are great skills, but I should have never done everything myself. Okay? Pay someone if you have the money to do your thumbnails, to do your reels. Now, yeah, I do everything myself still, which is going to end soon, because there's no reason that anybody here on earth, including me, should be doing things that they don't love. I don't love sitting behind the computer and editing my website, editing my funnels, and doing all the technical stuff that goes into having an online business. Okay? And I don't enjoy staring at my screen for 20 hours a day, and I don't even have a lot of followers. Okay? But this is what it's taken me. It's taken me 100% dedication over the past 6.5 years, almost 7 years, to be working for myself and doing what I'm doing for a living. And within those 7 years, almost 7, there has been so many struggles and ups and downs, but the only constant that has remained is my dedication to the business. I've never taken a day off. I've never taken a day of not putting content online in almost 7 years. Yeah, that's what it takes. And no, I don't have a big following, but I make more money. And I don't make a lot of money, but I make more money than people that I know with a much bigger following. I know people with over 100,000 subscribers, and I make more money than them. How is that? How? Because I stayed more consistent than them. And they might have bought followers. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care about the following count, because I know people that have big followings and they have jobs. They work for other people. They do things they don't want to do for a living. They waste time for a living. And my number one pet peeve is when I have to waste my time. Like, if I had to go to a job and waste my potential and waste my time, it would be slowly killing me. And it might be slowly killing you too. And you might find good things at work, and you might find gratitude in the job, and you might find ways to enjoy it. You might find ways to help other people while you're at work. But like, there's a calling on your life that you need to start fulfilling. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, in 2018, I had to get a job, okay? And it was terrible, because I promised myself I would never do that. I would never work for another person again because of the way I was fired in 2017. I'd never been fired before, and it really affected me. But in 2018, I had to get a job, and I didn't know where I was going to work or what I was going to do, but I ran out of money. And I wasn't the influencer I thought I was going to be, okay? I didn't blow up like I thought I would if I put 100% 24/7 all my dedication into YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, okay? I didn't know anything about like newsletters back then. I didn't have a website back then. I still don't have a website, but I have websites. I have something called funnels. I don't have a website yet. I'm going to work on it very soon. But I have funnels that are just like websites. For example, 100freerecipes.com. It's a website, but they call it a funnel. Long story short. I also just recently got eatfruitbecute.com. I have misfitmondays.com. I have fruitislife.com. I have watermelonworkout.com. I have fruitislife.store. All these different websites. But like, technically I call them funnels because that's how I learned how to create them. I signed up for ClickFunnels. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Just pay somebody to do your website. Get it through Wix or Squarespace. Call it a day. Okay? Don't sign up for ClickFunnels. It's a fucking pyramid scheme. Paying $100 a month. You don't need to do this. But I didn't know any better. So I made a lot of mistakes along the way. Like I said, I'm paying a lot of money for these websites that I have because I didn't know any better. I didn't have anyone. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have anyone to help me. And that's another thing. People are like, complaining that they can't do something. But like, figure it out and make the mistakes, and you'll be faster. You'll be further along than if you just sat still waiting. You know what I mean? Waiting for the perfect time, waiting to figure out things. Like, I couldn't wait anymore. So anyway, long story short, because I saw my life like disappearing before my eyes. Okay? I'm 38, remember? So like, I knew that I had to just go and I had to do stuff before I was ready, before it was smart. And that's okay, because I'm a lot further than a lot of people still fucking waiting. I have clients that are in their 50s and 60s and 70s and even 80s, and they're still waiting to start living. So like, yeah, I made a lot of mistakes in my life, especially with my online business and my career, but I got somewhere, and that's all that matters. You have to get somewhere. You have to start, and then you find out you made a mistake. Okay, that's fine. So in conclusion, I just want to wrap this up by saying in 2018, I had to get a job at my competitor. Okay, so I had a company called Organic Avenue. I worked my way up to be the CEO of this company. We went out of business twice, but the last time we went out of business, they actually fired me 6 months before they went out of business. Okay, and so the year 2017, I tried to be an influencer. I tried to be an entrepreneur. It didn't work out. So in 2018, I had to get a job for our competitor, which is this company called Juice Press, and they're still around. They're an amazing company. Everything's 100% raw, organic, vegan, of course. And I became the head of training and development. I don't know. They might be selling animal products now, to be honest, because there was rumors of that when I left in 2020. But anyway, long story short is I worked there for 2 years. And I traveled the country opening juice bars for them. I was at a juice and smoothie raw vegan establishment in the Hamptons. I was opening up 2 stores in the Hamptons when my sister died. So after that, I lasted 6 more months, and then I quit and I moved to Miami. But there's so many details here. Sorry, I'm like super distracted at this point. But I didn't mean to make a podcast this long. I just wanted to get into the life and journey of an entrepreneur, which is it's so unpredictable, and it's so scary, and it's just, there's so many ups and downs, and there's so much that people don't understand and don't know, and they think, that I've always had money, or I've always had the freedom I have now, or I've always had, no, I did what I could and I used what I had. And that's what you're going to have to do. And it's not that I have a lot of money, but I have a lot of money allocated to eating whatever I want. So if I ever want to eat durian for dinner, I can do that. And maybe this is not your season where you can spend a lot on fruit, but that's okay. And ice cream is the most delicious thing ever, and bananas are super cheap. I mean, Ronnie from the UK Fruit Festival, we were on yesterday on Zoom on Fruity Fridays, and he looked up at Walmart how much bananas were, and they were 26 cents a bunch. And it's like, you cannot tell me that you can't be raw. But what you can do is you can find an excuse if you're looking for it. You'll always find an excuse, but you won't find a result. That was not me farting, by the way. I don't know what you can hear, but I just moved on the couch and it made a noise. I'm paranoid about people thinking that I'm farting, because I don't fart. And I put my life on that. I don't fart. So if you think you hear me farting, it's the couch or the chair that I'm sitting on. Okay. Anyway, that's awkward. Let's move on. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked this podcast. I have 2% on my phone, so I should probably publish it now. And I will see you guys in the next episode. I definitely go into way more detail on a previous episode of this podcast, so good luck skimming through 400 episodes to find that, but hopefully you will. And that was just a little bit of a rant on how lucky I am. And by the way, so are you. Every single person is as lucky as they think they are. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you soon. Bye.